To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
Alright, what's up with y'all? So look, man, I'm back again with another video right now. A couple of y'all been hitting me up asking me to do a video about the Shannon Sharpe stuff. And I said, you know what, I'm going to start branching off and doing more videos in all areas. I already been doing it, but not to the magnitude that I think I'm going to start doing it. I don't really be into the celebrity stuff, quote unquote, but you know, certain things that hit the media, we're going to talk about it. But basically, man, you know, for those who don't know what's going on, Shannon Sharpe was fired from ESPN. Now, he's been rocking with ESPN for a long time. A lot of people don't know because a lot of people don't be on social media like that, and that's where really all of the, you know, breaking news hits. But basically, he was fired, and he did come to a, you know, agreement with the young lady who did all of the accusing on him, right? And everything I'm saying in this video from beginning to the end about every single person is all allegedly and just my thoughts and opinions. But Shannon Sharpe, you know, ended up ultimately paying the young lady off in the case that he had, right? Now, she said that he took advantage of her, you know, raped her, I mean, all type of different stuff, right? And we already know that they were into some type of foreplay. You can hear from the conversations, you can see from the text messages, the alleged text messages and stuff like that. But you know, they ultimately ended up firing him, and his brother is going to be put into, I think, some type of Hall of Fame, the Sports Hall of Fame, you know, or something of the sort. And I feel like ESPN did that on purpose, in my personal opinion, you know, and that's just my personal opinion. But they dropped him right around the time where his brother was going to be, you know, getting his shine. Now, Shannon Sharpe actually responded a couple of hours ago. By the time y'all see it, it'll probably be in the morning or something like that. If you're a supporter of the channel, man, make sure y'all hitting that like button and leaving a comment, especially if you want me to drop certain videos like this here and there too. But ultimately, you know, he came out with a statement basically stating that, you know, he didn't want to overshadow his brother. Now, it is crazy to see how many people turned their back on Shannon Sharpe just for the simple fact of what he likes to do in his own damn bedroom. You know, I never understood why people would really want to, you know, change on you for doing certain shit that you want to do in your bedroom. Now, if you are taking advantage of people, your ass need to go to jail. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what nobody got to say. I mean, if you taking, you know, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. If you doing all that type of shit, your ass need to go to jail. But I think that they just had some fetishes going on, and they both were fulfilling each other's fantasies. And she wanted a payoff at the end of the day, you know. She did also say that she is finna retire now from OnlyFans. So, with that being said, she got a good ass chick, in my personal opinion. I feel like, you know, from now on, she just finna be smooth sailing for the rest of her life. And I think that when you get some type of settlement in these type of cases, you don't gotta pay taxes on it. Don't quote me on that, but that's just what I think. So she finna be eating good. The first offer, I think it was like 10 million. So I don't know what the hell going on right now. But look, I do want to say Shannon Sharpe does have a successful podcast and a show as well, so he will be straight. But I think them ESPN checks really did hit really good, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, he still got multiple streams of revenue, and he'll be straight. It's just, you know, sad and unfortunate that people are out here tarnishing their careers by dealing with certain people. You just gotta know better and do better, and get you some NDAs and different shit like that. But, you know, ultimately, that's all I gotta say about that part so far. But I'm gonna show y'all this news clip that came out, and I'm gonna also show y'all him speaking about, you know, what he was speaking about. But let's go ahead and watch this little news article. I said news article, news clip, and then we're gonna talk about it as it progresses and after this whole situation. Let's go.
Got to get to some breaking news out of the sports world now. ESPN confirming to NBC it's cutting ties with its NFL commentator Shannon Sharpe. The move coming after Sharpe, of course, the Hall of Fame tight end, settled a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault and battery. He has previously denied the allegations against him, and he hasn't been on the air since April. NBC News is out to Sharpe and his attorney for comment, although we haven't heard back. Ellison Barber is tracking this one. Ellison, what else do we know?
Hey, Hallie, I mean, it is a massive fall from grace for the Hall of Famer turned broadcast giant. As you said, his relationship with ESPN, it is officially over. He had not been on the air at ESPN since this lawsuit was first filed back in April. That was a decision at the time that he and his attorney had said they had made, that he had made on his own as he dealt with what he described back then as false and disruptive allegations. But look, he's no longer going to be on ESPN, and this is despite the network renegotiating his contract and announcing an expansion of his role on the show First Take just last year. You mentioned it, but no comment from ESPN or Sharpe as of yet. The split, it does come 2 weeks after the attorney who was representing the woman who had accused Sharpe of sexual assault and her in the state of Nevada on 2 different occasions, one in late 2024 and one in January of this year. It comes 2 weeks after her attorney announced that they had reached a settlement on that lawsuit. The terms of the settlement were not publicly disclosed. Again, Sharpe has consistently denied any wrongdoing here. He claims that he had a consensual relationship with this woman. Based on court filings in the state of Nevada, she had said that she had met Sharpe back in 2023 at a gym when she was 20 years old, and that they had engaged in a relationship over the course of 2 years. And then again in late 2024, that's when she says she was assaulted by Sharpe, both physically and sexually, and raped at least 2 times. Again,
Now, you know, a lot of people are saying that it's not their business because she's a white lady, and I understand where a lot of people are coming from. I just don't be on all of this shit, but I'm with people when they're standing up for what they believe in, right? But you know, as far as him liking younger girls and shit like that, you know, I really feel like a lot of people are saying certain shit about that. But I'm gonna be real with y'all, it don't matter how old a person is. It can be somebody 99 years old. Everybody want a paycheck. That's why so many people out here are being so, you know, cautious when it comes to dealing with people, especially someone that's, you know, in the limelight, quote unquote, or has some type of stardom and fame and shit like that. But I do feel like that, you know, when it comes to having a massive following, and you know, like they say, man, it just come with it when you really got a lot of shit going on. Heavy is the crown, whatever, however they say and go. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about, shit. But you know, I do feel like that a lot of people are mad at the age difference and shit like that when it comes to certain stuff, and he has said certain things that's controversial too, so I forgot about that while I'm talking shit. He did say a couple of things that I can understand why some people are frustrated and upset with him, but I do feel like that, you know, a lot of the greats are going down, and it's just sad and unfortunate to see. You know, you do all of these things in your whole lifetime, and then, you know, one mistake, everybody turn on you. But you know, you also got to watch what you say and how you treat others as well too. I'm only saying that because certain people look at certain shit a certain way. So yeah, but let's get back into the video.
no direct comment from Sharpe at this time. He and his attorney, they had previously said that the decision to step away from his role at ESPN in April was one that he made himself. This no longer a decision he has made himself. This is ESPN splitting from Sharpe. He will not be on that show, on that program, on the network moving forward. That being said, he does have an incredibly popular podcast that airs weekly, and as far as we know, that will continue. But Hallie, in terms of his relationship broadcasting with ESPN, that is over.
Ellison Barber, thank you very much for tracking that.
Started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is, like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know this would, I said, this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. Definitely. And unfortunately, you know, it didn't happen that way. And so, as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. We've all, and he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You done with it too. Move on. And, I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow They saw me, you know, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me, and I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, I just wish this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brother, the first 2 brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So, bro, again, I know you told me this, I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you in this manner. You know, that was never my intent. You've been my hero. You've been my role model from as long as I can remember. And I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me when I was at ESPN and every place that I've been, be it Club Shay, Nightcap, Undisputed, ESPN. Thank you guys for your support. Now,
so that's the end of that right there. You know, I just want to say, I feel like it was strategic. They did that on purpose, you know, but at the same time, it will overshadow the situation, because everybody gonna be thinking about what he did and what he got going on and shit like that. It will also amplify the notoriety and what's gonna happen. Him simply making this statement gonna boost up the viewership and shit like that when it comes to everybody checking him out, reaching our Hall of Fame. I just want to send my congratulations to his brother. And yeah, man, you know, Shannon Sharpe got to tighten up. You know, I would tell my brother this, my family member this, all of this type of shit. You know, if you got some kinky shit going on in the bedroom, do your thing, cuz. But you got to also really understand that it do come with certain shit. And we can all say this, and I'm not trying to look over nobody, because like I said, we all got our little kinks and shit. But you know, as far as like dealing with certain people, you got to be very, very careful, because it's a wicked world out here. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is out for themselves. But anyway, go, man. You know, I really don't be bringing this type of shit to my channel, but I'm gonna start here and there, and I might just really just drop all of that shit on my second channel, you know. But anyway, go, man. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything. And I do want to say, man, you know, be careful with who you're dealing with, and be careful what you wish for, and be careful what you get yourself involved in, because what you get yourself involved in can ultimately destroy you as a businessman, as a business owner, as a, you know, professional in all shape, forms, and fashions. It's sad and unfortunate that so many people out here want some money so damn bad, to the point where they will do anything, even manipulate you and finesse you and feed off your desires and shit like that to get a check. But you gotta also keep yourself in check to avoid certain shit like this, you know. But hey, let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything. If you made it to the end of this video, I definitely do appreciate y'all, and I will holler at y'all later and in the comments of this video as well. Y'all have a good day today, and I'll holler at y'all later. All right.